the truth.
So this video is kind of unorganized, so don't be surprised if the layout's bad or anything. Just a warning. But today I'm going to be talking about, well, it's kind of a bad topic, I guess. I don't recommend it because I don't want to be responsible for people getting in trouble. I'm only talking about ditching class. And I did this when I was in primary school. I don't do it now, so don't worry, okay? I'm not that person anymore, okay? So now I've got that out of the way, let's just start this thing. So about halfway through primary school, I had this absolutely terrible teacher who I just hated, and I feel like she hated me. But I mean, that's not the topic about this. That's relevant because that was when I discovered that you could leave class, like it was a doable thing. So at first I was like, because I never wanted to be in this class, right? Because it was absolutely just terrible, and I hated it. So at first I would just ask the teacher, because you had to ask the teacher to leave the classroom, and so I'd ask the teacher if I could have like a drink or if I could go to the toilet. But what I'd do is I'd just I walk deliberately, extremely slow, like super duper slow, maybe moving like 5 centimeters every step, just sliding my feet along the ground. And so over time, I just started doing this more and more, until eventually I just started I realized I left one time without asking, and I was about to go back. But then I realized the teacher didn't even realize that I was gone. So I just went to the toilet and came back, and she didn't even realize. And I was like, wow, that's just, what? And then from that, I just started to walk around, and I did all that stuff without asking, and then it keeps evolving. After that, it evolved into, I just walked around, and I was like, one time I went, you know what, I'm not going to go to the drinking fountain. No, I'm not going to go get any water. I'm going to just walk around and hide. And then I walked around, and then I got this, like, I did that a few times, but then some other kid that was going to the bathroom, he, like, saw me and looked at me, and I went, oh, crap. Is he going to go tell a teacher that there's a kid hiding somewhere? But the kid didn't, so grateful to you for doing that. But, basically what happened was I realized this could not work. I couldn't hide because eventually someone would catch me and I'd get in trouble. And I couldn't just say I was going to the toilet or getting a drink of water because, well, I mean, who hides on the way to getting a drink? Just walking down, I'm not going to get a drink. Now I'm going to jump behind this wall and hide for a little bit, and then I'm going to get a drink. It's not what you do. But then I realized, what if I actually looked like I was getting a drink, but I was not even heading towards the drinking fountain, I just walked around casually. So I thought, if I just walked around without hiding, and just, well, I guess hiding in plain sight, sort of, and just looking like I knew what I was doing, and I was going somewhere, that they wouldn't, well, I mean, why would they have any reason to question me? Plus, I could just say I was heading to a drinking fountain if they asked me. So basically what I did was I started doing that, and basically all I did, I just left the classroom and started walking around school, and no one ever questioned me until the end of that year, and then I stopped doing it. And that was the end of the story. But I feel like that isn't enough for a video, so I'm going to tell you guys a story of when I was accused of ditching, but I really wasn't. And it wasn't even ditching class, it was ditching during lunchtime, so, I mean, like lunch break. So, I mean, it doesn't really count. So this was a few years later, and I didn't do ditching anymore. I didn't, because, I mean, I didn't have seen the point in it. But anyways, I was out with my friends one lunchtime, and basically it started raining, and you know when it starts raining, but it goes from 0 to normally it goes to, like, it slowly works its way up, and you can start feeling the rain, you go, oh, it's starting to rain, and then it slowly starts going harder and harder until it's full force. But then there are some times where it just goes 0 to 100 instantly. That was basically what happened. We were just walking around, they went boom, and it started bucketing down. Instinctively, I jumped to cover, jumped to shelter, but all the rest of my friends just ran back towards the classroom, towards our classroom. And so they went back to our class where everyone was supposed to go during a wet lunchtime. And I was still hiding out here, and I wasn't gonna, because by now it was too late. The water was everywhere. I couldn't make a gap for it because I'd be absolutely soaked. But I was there with another kid, and basically we decided we'd try and take a longer route, but we'd actually get back to the classroom more dry. So we slowly sort of worked our way back along under like rooftops and stuff, and we were almost there. We had to run under like shelter. We had to work our way from shelter to shelter with other people, trying to get back to our class, which was on the opposite side of the school. So I mean, it was a long route, let's just say. And it took us about 5 to 10 minutes, right? So not that long. It was not super long, but it was a bit. And I finally and I was so close to class. I was about 20 meters away from class, and I just had like 2 more little short bursts of running to do, and then I'll be back there. And I ran and I was one single stop away from the class, and then a gutter just went boom and and it started overflowing, and it just bucketed down onto my head, and I went, oh, and you know that feeling where you just kind of like look down at yourself and you're completely wet, and you just try to accept your fate and that you're going to be wet for the rest of the day, and it's practical death. Yeah, that was what happened to me, and I'm just standing there while the other kid runs back into his class, and I go, well, crap. So I ran back to my class. I burst in, and this teacher, he wasn't even our class teacher, but I'm not sure why he was there. He was just there. He looks at me and he just goes, why were you out there? And I said, oh, I was just coming back to class. And he went, no, you were playing out in the rain, weren't you? And I went, no, we were trying to basically what happened. And I told him the story about the shelter, and how I ducked for cover, and then I had to make my way from cover to cover back to the classroom, and how I got bucketed. Just fast forward a little bit. So fast forward, and basically after this all, I've told him the story, and he says, nah, I don't buy it. That's not true. You were just that's just out in the rain, and you were probably just running around in the rain, making your way back slowly, frolicking in the rain, because I'm completely saturated. So I mean he didn't have reason to say that, because people did that at our school. People were still doing it outside when I came in. And he had told them off for some reason, which he did right after he told me off, but still. And basically, I got him he just told me off in front of the entire class. And I said, no, that's not what happened, but he said, nah, I'm not having any of it. And he didn't punish me or anything, he just kind of told me off and left. And then I got changed into my PE gear because I had no other clothes with me. And then I eventually just let them dry off, and I got changed back into my clothes. But I mean, that's the story. I mean, I didn't really have much of an organization for this. I mean, I feel like it's gonna be a video, but not the greatest video of all time. Also, on a side topic, if you guys haven't seen already, I did post a stream recently, and that is me reading these old, cringy Plants vs. Zombies stories. And yeah, I'm going to be doing more of those because there are more stories that I have from old times, so tune in sometime. I haven't scheduled them. They're going to be, because this video is recorded in advance, so I can't just say when it's going to be, because it could be a different time later on. But it's going to be sometime, okay? So make sure you tune into that. And that's all for now. Goodbye.